Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a Certified Zentangle Teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Escallop from CZT Lucy Farran. This is cute. I was, specifically looking for some tangles that represented things from the sea. And I came across this a while ago, and I couldn't wait to do it. And I thought, now is a perfect time. All right. Starts off, and I'm going to do this diagonally. And I separated the first two steps just because I'm weird that way. All right. So it starts off with, just a little straight line. And then from there, and Lucy does her wiggly lines so nicely. I am here to prove that you can do it however you need to do it, and it'll all work out fine. All right, so and it doesn't even matter really how wide you go. It just depends how big of a crazy thing you want. All right, so I'm going to start. I'm going to try to behave. Yeah, no, it's not behaving. It's whatever the pen wants to do. That's how it works. Okay. Then, now there is a little video, so I'm going to put the link in the description section. Look at the for more inspiration part. I'm going to put a link in to Lucy's, whoops, there's the music, to her Instagram, and she does have a video on mine. I don't know if, let me see if the link, you know what, I'll put both in just in case. Because on mine, I click the one and it's got, forward and backward arrows. But I don't know if it's just because when I made it bigger. But I'll put both links in there because it is interesting to see how she does it. In mine, because of course I didn't look at the video first. I'm like, oh yeah, this is nice. I think on my step out, I might have started with the bigger line first. And it doesn't matter whichever way you want to go. All right. Oh, my squiggles. Wow. All right. So, and now so I'm trying to remember if that's what well, you know what? Let's just start with the smaller one because I think that's what she did. And I'm like, ooh, that's a nice idea. And using a takeoff and land concept. I think, I'm pausing because because I'm thinking, well, I don't know how much room I'm going to have. That's why that's what I started with the bigger one for that reason. But still, take off and land. So tracing over this a little bit here, at that curve. And then you can just make this as big as you want. And go to that outside edge. I like to err on the side of that kind of safety. Because like, well, if I start here, I want to be able to gauge it. And then, so on every squiggle, right? So on this upside, we're just going to take that. And what I'm doing is I'm aiming for the top of this because we want to have enough room for everything else. Now, I did not do a very good job of takeoff and land here, but we can fix everything. See there, smoothed it right out. Okay, and let's try this one again. And we're not necessarily, we're not going to like a point here. They're all separated a little bit. I just want to point that out as well. And see, to me, again, you do it however which way you want to. Because then by here, it's like, oh, well, I know how much room I have, and it's not very much. So that's why I was scooching myself up there. So that's why I thought to do it this way. And then, guess what? We get to try it again. But, well, let's see. I want my hand to be comfortable. I think I can do it that way, upside down. All right. In this one, we're going to come all the way from this tip. So this, from that tip. Same idea. I want to use the curve of my hand. And that's where I'm going like this. That's why I do that. Okay. Like I said, and I'm aiming high. And I don't know that if it matters. Oh, it is kind of nice if you can line them up. I don't know. No, because I'm looking at Lucy's. It doesn't matter. if you line those up or not. I'm just kind of like, well, if you can, great. And if you can't, then it just means don't worry about it. All right. And then on this little last one, we're just going to kind of come from here and go bloop and make a little curve line there. It does just kind of wrap it up there. All right. Now for some fun. And I'm going to do my shading. Oh, I like how Lucy did it. In my version, I did it differently because I was seeing, and I explain this just because I want to explain it. Well, no, that way, see if it makes sense or not. If the darkness recesses things, because she put it up on this top here, but I kind of want it down here because that's where it would be recessed. So that's what I'm going to do that on here too. When I do it on the step outs, it's on like regular paper. So I don't get a good judge of how the graphite works unless I've played with it beforehand on like a tile. And sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. This time I didn't. All right. And then well, and two, you know what's neat is that it doesn't matter. It's going to look neat either way, honestly. And I'm going to carry that down. I might make it thicker down there at the end. Yeah, see, to me that, I don't know. I like it. I like it both ways, honestly. And could put some on the top there, like go darker here, lighter here to give it that curve, because I'm sure that is part of why she is doing it that way. And like I said, it doesn't matter either way. Oh, but wait, we could do it. We'll do it both ways. Let's do it this. Let's do it that on the top on this side. Because nothing has to make sense in Zentangle. just the having fun and playing and enjoying what you do, and that's what matters. And part of my idea of the purpose that I have behind these, besides showing you quickly how to do a tangle, I've gotten more focused on adding, shading and decorating in because it's fun. Oh. You know what? That makes it, I was thinking it might make it kind of neat doing it both ways. Let's go a little darker and I'm feeling like it needs to totally, I'm going really dark here in the back side. And I'm thinking if I go a little bit darker, just because. Why don't I say it one more time? Just because. Some days the brain in tangling, sometimes it just the brain just goes, just be quiet. Just be quiet and tangle. Oh, yes. Sorry. I made it go blurry for a second. All right. Try it light. And if it's like you gotta go, meh, then just add a little bit. And like I did here, and I'm going to do it again here. I'm adding some where I want it the darkest. And then I'm not bringing it out. I must have been pushing really hard with that pen. I can see this like groove outside of, I don't know if can you see that? Yeah, you can. It's like, sheesh. And I shouldn't do that with those O1s. That is trouble in the making. It makes for a bent nib. And I already have enough of those saved up for coloring and stuff and filling in. All right. And so I'm trying to just bring it out a little bit, adding to the gradient, but making it deeper where I want it darker, and not necessarily going any wider, except I am pushing a little hard. If your graphite is refusing to move, try to get your tortillon on the side a little bit more. So these grooves, see, and this is compacted here, but I'm apparently too lazy to go get another tortillon. Let's well, this is a new one on this side. I'm going to lighten it up. Neat how that takes it away. That was an idea that Mom had. It's a good idea. Or you could use a clean tortillon, and it just picks up some of that graphite. Oh, yeah. And look at so much more drama. Neat. And then we can see, okay, if you do it on the top, yep, it adds it. It does make it like a curve this way. But on this side, it still kind of does, but it emphasizes the, where it goes down. Neat. You can have it both ways. on Zentangle, you can do whatever you want, as I said. Super neat. Super neat. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please click like. And if you liked it enough to see more, please subscribe to the channel. I already mentioned the description section for links to step outs. Now, I always do my own version and then link to the creator of the Tangle. And then below that, I have a link to my website where you'll find that I do classes. Unfortunately, unfortunately for me, well, and for anyone going to look, I have some categories set up. I have got to sequester myself to sit and add tangles in. But if you go to the homepage of this channel, that means if you click my name or my picture, that'll take you to the homepage of the channel. And then see the playlists. I have a plethora of playlists with different categories. So this would be, I think I've called it Water-y because it goes in water. And I have other ones that are similarly very simply named. Just so that way for ease of finding. That was the whole idea behind my website. And now I just have to get moving on it. So, but I do classes twice a week. A lot of them are free. I do have some that are paid. Those are all there. Also, I have a link to my Facebook page. So if you want to, if you happen to be on Facebook and want to follow my page, then you'll see posts for when I do classes. Like I said, they're generally Tuesday and Thursday, same time, but different topics on Tuesday, except for one, which is the third Tuesday, and that's Tough Tangle Tuesday, and that one is free. That's the only Tuesday one that's free. But that way you'll see that. There are other ways to follow me. I do post classes on a couple other places. I just haven't bothered to make time to do it on my own blog, which you can subscribe to that too. I do Daily Tangle. That's what this is, and I post that. As well as when I get around to it and post the recaps for the amazing classes that we have. So that it has all the information that you could ever want about what we did. Let's see. Oh, last but absolutely not least, if you'd like to hang out with a bunch of amazing Tangle addicts, we would love to hang out with you. There's a link to our private Facebook group. Know that there are 3 questions that you have to answer in order to gain entry. A couple reasons I do that. Number one, I want to have the tone set for the group, so I just want to make sure there's an understanding of a couple things. And then 2, I suppose that there's bots or, things, and so it just filters out, those that can't bother to answer questions. So, or, people that change their mind, and that's okay too. All right. But we're a harmless group. Little nuts, but harmless. All right. So with that, thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.